Hi guys, today I'm going to show you this very interesting FONDAIL 4G LTE Solar Surveillance Camera. So it doesn't work with Wi-Fi, comes even with a SIM card included, but of course no free data. You have to manage the data from your end. So usually when we have such a camera close to our home, then we are using the Wi-Fi versions. But when we want to observe an area rather remote, when we have large distance, like on a farm, construction site, some other tourist area or so, then we have to rely on 4G, of course. And of course, very important as well that we are choosing a solution which also has a solar panel, because when we don't have Wi-Fi, we usually also don't have any power. And here we have a very powerful 5 watts solar panel, comes with instructions manual, large solar panel, nicely protected, good quality, standard 1/4 inch tripod mount, long cable, so we can put it in full sun while we have the camera maybe protected or in the shade. Comes with standard USB-C power connector. And so here we have the camera. Looks like a solid build. We can remove the protection here in the front for better image quality. We have these flexible antennas for optimized 4G reception. Comes of course also with 2 mounts, one for the solar panel and the other one for the camera. Most of it is plastic, something which I really like. All these metal mounts, they tend to rust really fast. As a nice bonus, we get even a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, which we of course don't need in normal operation because we connect it with the solar panel. Solar panel mount is very easy. We just slide it here inside. Then we mount this towards the wall with just 3 simple screws. When it's there, we put it here on top. Make sure that the screw is all the way to the back, and then we add the solar panel. We can adjust it to almost any angle and then secure it down here with this nut and also this nut here. So you can see it has a safe hold, and the camera holder has 4 openings for 4 screws. By the way, also screws and the anchors are included. And when we have it mounted on a wall, we just slide it in from underneath, push it up and rotate it a little bit. And so it has a really firm hold, but we can remove it at any time. And then, like most of these cameras, we have 2 openings. The main opening down here, which is nicely protected also with this lid. So here we have the on off, we have the reset, we have the micro SD card reader. And here in the back we have the opening for the solar power. It has also an opening in the opening, so you can just push it through. I hope you can see that. So we can slide this in here through the outer lid and then have it nicely water protected, exactly how we want it. So everything makes a good impression. You can see, can rotate this 360 degrees. Of course, usually we are doing that with the app. I just wanted to show you that here. The highest position of this camera is like that, so we cannot like point it up or so, just a little bit, but we can point it down almost straight to the ground. That's maybe something which is important as well. And so here we have the camera. Looks like a solid build. We can remove the protection here in the front for better image quality. The camera doesn't have a SIM card reader, so we cannot replace the SIM card. It's already built in, but it's compatible with the main providers like T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, and 4G data can be bought conveniently through the app. So you don't have to deal with some other apps like with some other 4G cameras. Definitely an advantage here. Before you start using it, especially if you plan to use it in a not full sun location, highly recommended to give it a full charge. So I'm adding here the micro SD card without formatting. Let's see if that works. Pins of the SIM card have to point to the front and not to the back. Push it all the way inside. In the front we can see the camera. We have the PIR motion sensor, infrared lights for black and white footage, and even white light for colorful night footage. In the front we have also the microphone, and in the back we have the speaker, which means we have 2-way audio. So if somebody is approaching the camera, you get notification, you can open the app and then talk to somebody. They will hear you and you will hear them. What I also like is how nicely the buttons are described here. So we have the power button, which we have to press for 3 seconds to turn it on. Let's see, we get a light, red blinking light here. Should be factory reset. If you have some problems connecting the camera, press the reset button for 5 seconds.
Connection successful. Waiting for app to add.
So we have confirmation that it has been connected to 4G already. That's pretty cool. So what we need is the Cloud Edge app, one of the most famous apps for surveillance cameras. For sure a good choice. I'm using it already for a lot of cameras.
Waiting for app to add.
So in the app, we click on the plus here, and so we can either scan the QR code, which you find here in the back of the camera, or just click on add device. It didn't find it automatically, so I've been scanning the QR code in the back of the camera, and now it has already connected. I gave it a new name. Click on done, get some instructions. Of course, because we are far inside here, we don't have really good connection, but we definitely have a live stream here. So I stopped this to avoid back coupling. And so I have it here also in the camera overview. Says trial data plan will expire in 3 days. So I'll put it outside, test it for a while, and then I'm going to show you how good it has been performing. And so I've installed the camera now on the fence bracket, and it has been working really good for the solar panel, also for the camera. Put the camera outside, had it there now for a day. Here I have the overview of the Cloud Edge. And so when I click on it, we get a live view. I can make that also larger. I think it has a really good quality. Probably it's on QHD anyway, but I'm using that here, just showing you the difference to SD. If you want to save some data, you can use SD, but of course the QHD is much better, and here you can see the real good quality of this camera. Great image quality, great colors, good sharpness, high dynamic range, everything what we really need. So let's go back and see what it has been capturing. Let's click on the cloud, and we can see it has one detection here, probably small false alert, but as far as I can remember, that's the only false alert here in 24 hours, and I probably could even optimize that. So absolutely awesome result. And so let's check more footage here from yesterday. When I click here, we can see yesterday there was definitely something, and we have some samples here. Detection from the day, that's the free cloud, 6 seconds free cloud, which we have to activate. I'm going to show you that later. Here you can see that's the recording, pretty nice. I would say also the recording in decent quality, of course not QHD in the free cloud, but pretty good. And what I really liked, it caught me every single time when I've been there in the back. I mean, it hasn't caught me every time super early, but usually really early. For a battery operated camera, the performance is absolutely phenomenal. And here's some footage from the night. You can see I've been using the intelligent mode, intelligent color mode, where it starts black and white, but just very shortly, and then it activates the white light and makes the video colorful. Of course, the image quality is not the same as from the day, but I would say for a battery operated camera, the night footage is really on a great level. But of course, we also have black and white when the camera is just using the infrared. So for example, if you're close to neighbors and don't want to use the white light, you can use the infrared. But we also have the normal history, which means that's the recording from the micro SD card. We can also go to the calendar and then click on the alerts, and you will see all the alerts which have been recorded on the micro SD card. And here we have a little bit longer footage depending on your settings. You can see we have full length videos. You can also see the timeline up here, make it even a little bit more detailed, so we can also see here what has been going on. Or of course we can use the timeline here. So let's make that also a little bit larger. You can see really awesome quality.
Microphone test 1 2 3 4 5. Microphone test 1 2 3 4 5.
Yeah, that was a microphone test, and so I hope you heard that. Really good microphone quality. Of course, it was very windy, and so there's a little bit of wind to hear, but other than that, microphone quality is really good, and also the quality is full resolution on the micro SD card. You can see the difference here. Really nice on the micro SD card. Here also the micro SD card footage from the night, you can see the difference, and here also black and white, definitely not bad here. So everything has been working really good, and the question is then of course, how did we get there? Here we have the live view. We could also make that larger, of course. We can make screenshot. We can use this icon here. When we hold it, we can talk to people so they can understand us. We can understand them. We can start recording directly from here. Activate, deactivate motion detection, activate the light or not, especially during the night. You can go to the right side. We have siren, which of course I'm not using here because it's very loud. We could even use the audio warning and strobe light. If we see an intruder, can choose the different color modes, can check the album for everything which we have been recording. And of course, also one of the highlights, the PTC function. We can also use this in the full screen mode when we click down here. And so we can move the camera from left to right, right to left. And it's really fast and there are no lags. You can see, yeah, I would say definitely 360 degrees, absolutely no problem. Yeah, this is pretty impressive for a battery operated camera. A lot of battery operated cameras are really struggling with the PTC functions. Sometimes they are lagging, get totally disconnected, get totally lost. So we can stop this here, move it up maximum, that's the maximum, can move it down here, fully down. Yeah, also works, and then put it back to where it was. Yeah, also way above average performance for a battery operated PTC camera. And we do not have a Wi-Fi camera, we have a 4G camera. That's super impressive. Usually 4G cameras are way slower. So this is absolutely phenomenal. So let's also go to the settings quickly. We can see it's still charging with the solar panel. We can check the data plan, add some data or even additional cloud storage. But down here, very important to activate the basic cloud storage for 6-second video clips for every alert. Then the alarm management, important to turn this on here, go to motion detection. Here we have plenty of settings which you can use. Here you can adjust the detection sensitivity, but here I've been using the automatic sensitivity correction. I think you can also use both. We can activate or deactivate the human detection for day and night, and even adjust the sensitivity in the custom mode, or use the power saving mode or the performance mode. Here I've been using it in the performance mode, but when you select custom mode, you can choose whatever you want here. And here the recording length for the micro SD card, so you can use it even longer. Alarm interval, if you have too many false alerts, alert schedule. You can even add a human detection area. So when we click here, we can include or exclude areas where we are expecting people. For example, I would say here in this area, above that we only have branches, trees moving, a lot of shades. By the way, as you can see, we have a lot of moving branches, trees, shades, which is a really difficult situation for a PIR camera. In a lot of cases causing a lot of false alerts, but this camera has been managing this absolutely awesome. So for example, we could use it like that and save it. Audio warning and strobe light if you want to activate that, but better not if you're too close to neighbors. Image setting. Here again the color settings, sound settings, video encryption. For easier footage sharing, I highly recommend to not activate that. Record management for the micro SD card. Best thing when you start, use the formatting. Here has been working really good for me. General settings, even with an installation guide, battery management, usage statistics. And as you can see, here. We started actually at, I would say, 60-70% or so yesterday, and now the battery charge is at full 100% already. So the solar panel seems to be really efficient, and in the advanced settings we can even connect the camera with Alexa and Google Home. So we have so many options, so many possibilities, even hard to find any minor flaw. Great footage, great performance, reliable detection, almost no false alerts, and that for a 4G camera, while I've been struggling with some other 4G cameras extremely, I can tell you. With 4G cameras from some other brands, it took me weeks or even months to get a stable performance. And here I took it out of the box, installed it, and had it working perfectly right away. So absolutely awesome. So full recommendation from my side. And if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order one for you if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or want to share your own experience with this camera, then just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.